Zap from the resident city builder, Mr. J. Here with my reaction for the first trailer for Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. Just dropped a little bit earlier, and I'll admit I was still in bed. This time change thing, for those who aren't familiar, most of America goes through daylight savings time, and you lose an hour's sleep. And just when you lose that hour's sleep, you lose an hour in general. So, needless to say, I'm exhausted. Y'all know I do stand up at night and alongside everything else, and so when I get in and I still got to do other work and stuff like that, by the time I look up, it's way later than what it normally is. But nonetheless, I digress. This was me running my mouth. I have been waiting to see this trailer. I've been waiting for this property since its announcement. Now, we already know that Kamala Khan is going on into the Marvels movie, which is the Captain Marvel sequel. They have already told everybody that her powers are going to be different. She is not going to be an Inhuman of sorts. So there are certain changes that Marvel Studios is making in the translation of this character to live action. And I'm going to say this ahead of time before I even go and watch this. I'm okay with it. I have to say that because I understand everything does not translate exactly the same one for one page to screen. I have been a very big vocal proponent of that, understanding that. I'm excited just as, for more than anything that we're getting these properties, that these things are being allowed to be made into television shows and movies, limited series, and what have you. And so for that, me sitting there getting mad, like, oh, she don't stretch its energy, because that's what it's going to be. We've already been told this, so it's not going to be much of a shock to see within the trailer. There's just things that people want to get mad at, and especially grown-ass adults, that it's like, if it doesn't take away the base, I understand one of her things is her being able to stretch. I understand that. I get it. But there's some things you have to change for the screen, for visual effects, for budget, and things like that. And when I say budget, I know people are like, but this is Marvel Studios, they're making lots of money. I don't mean sure. How do the rich stay rich? They cheap sometimes. So, I'm not saying that's going to be the case here. But nonetheless, excuse me, I'm ready to watch this trailer, right? So, I'm going to watch it with y'all. Y'all going to watch it with me. We're going to do this together. We're going to see what this is. 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, the kid in school. I like that.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say, I get it.
Kid?
You get what?
High school.
Kamala.
Another Avengers shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were a weirdo.
Boys. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land.
She's Miss Marvel.
Kamala, hey.
Got the number.
Already? Really? Come on, like.
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there like...
Okay. Still a kid is cool.
Maybe they're right. I spend too much time
She's an active listener.
in fantasy land.
She loves Captain Marvel.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's a fantasy too.
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
Kamala?
What does it feel like?
Cosmic. I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do you even know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
Yo, I'm here for that, man. I am so here for that. Look, we accepted the Spider-Man as a kid when Marvel Studios and Sony decided to have that partnership, and how Tom Holland gave us the kid in school understanding growing up, being a kid while being a superhero. Kamala Khan The same thing. Her being a kid in school, and the things kids go through, young girls go through, discovering boys and trying to fit in and whatnot, and figuring like they don't fit in, and fixating on her superhero, her superhero fixation, excuse me, in Captain Marvel, and so the bracelet. I'm assuming that's some quantum level energy power, which is going to be what gives her abilities. I have no problem with that. It's going to be something we find out it shows her, or somewhere someone was looking for this artifact. Maybe is it part of is it Kree? Is it part of the things that created the 10 rings from Shang-Chi? There's so much to ask in this. But again, to see she's going to live a story as a kid, and we automatically know that her story continues meeting her idol. She is infatuated and fixated, not in a bad way, on Captain Marvel, on Carol Danvers. We know this goes into the Marvels. I'm excited for it, man, because we're also this whole new phase of Marvel, phase 4. The costumes have been elevated. Like, they are as comic accurate as we've gotten, starting out. We get our things that look super close, and as we've evolved and gone forward, of course. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I will openly admit to you all, I did not read a lot of the Miss Marvel comics. I did not. I did some research, of course, when I found out this was going to be a show, because one of the things I like to do while I'm talking about these things, whether it be in a trailer reaction, a review, Mad Titan podcast, anything I'm invited on, I want to make sure I'm knowledgeable on the subject. So I read some of it. I like it. Again, that's why I said I don't mind the certain changes. I also will say this before I wrap this up. I am happy to see now more different cultures and communities are being celebrated and pushed and spotlighted, because to see the Kamala's an active member of the Muslim faith, to show her faith, to hear her say brown girls from Jersey don't save the world. These are the real things people think. This is just real life added into the fictional world of superherodom, if you will. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I want to know what you think about it in the comments below. As I say in every single video, keep the discourse civil when you're talking about comic book characters. That's really it. We're talking about comic book characters. So if you have a connection to this character, if you don't, if you're excited about it, if you're, again, some people are leery with a lot of the new properties because it's not what they're used to. And I think one of the things for me also is I love it that we're not doing the typical characters. So I want to know your thoughts. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Blerds in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Myself, Winston A. Marshall. Live episodes are on Twitch for the foreseeable future. Twitch.tv/Blerds in the Hood, BLERDS, the letter N, THEHOOD. But you can see all of the stories we talk out, clipped out, and the clips are put up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BLERDS, the letter N, THEHOOD. Mad Titan podcast, where I get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. That's Barbershop Talk for Nerds. We talk about the TV shows and movies, so come on in the convo. I keep telling y'all it's still early. I scratch my eye. All right, holla at y'all later. Take care. I'm out of here.